Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. A few weeks ago we checked out the Gigabyte G27FC and I promised that we'd also take a look at the 1080p version as well, which is this one right here, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So in this video, we're going to take a look at Gigabyte's brand new 27-inch curved panel, the Gigabyte G27FC, which is a full HD version. It's a 165Hz high refresh rate panel, it's a 1080p gaming monitor, and also features FreeSync and is G-Sync capable as well. We're trying to keep this one as short and sweet as possible because there's a lot of overlap between all these new Gigabyte monitors, and I don't really want to sound like I'm repeating myself too much, so let's jump into it. I've been using this monitor for about a week now to play games on in my office, which is where we are right now, and I've played about 10 to 15 hours of Death Stranding on it, and I think I gave it a pretty good run with some other titles as well. So if you want to see what I said about the 1440p version, the G27QC, there's a little eye in the top right hand corner right now, and you can check that out in your own time. But for right now, stick around because we've got some more stuff to talk about. The G27FC features a 27-inch VA panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 with a peak brightness of around 250 nits. It also obviously features a 165Hz refresh rate. And before you say something like, "Ew, yuck, it's a VA panel," VA panels are fine. Relax, alright? VA panels are good. It's a curved display with the 1500R curve and has a response time of 1 millisecond. It also features AMD's FreeSync adaptive sync technology, and although it's not NVIDIA G-Sync certified, it does work with G-Sync without any issues. I played Death Stranding for about 15 hours with it on and it was fine. And yeah, I did test this with other games as well and it was all good. The G27FC is an 8-bit panel and also supports 120% of the sRGB color space and around 92% of the DCI-P3 color space as well. It's pretty acceptable for a VA panel. The G27FC has a 178-degree wide viewing angle with a 3000:1 contrast ratio. It's got two HDMI 1.4 ports, a DisplayPort 1.2 port, and two USB 3.0 ports on a USB hub. There's also a headphone jack and also a pair of 2-watt stereo speakers. In regards to color accuracy, at first glance, it's pretty average. It's pretty similar to the colors that we saw on the G27QC with more overall saturation. The G27FC isn't a monitor that I can recommend for content creators. You can use it for that if you want, but the out-of-the-box calibration it's optimal for gaming, and in my opinion the resolution's a bit too low and it also lacks the bit depth for content creation as well. The build quality is pretty good and you shouldn't have any issues with it at all. It's identical to the G27QC in that regard, and there's nothing really different about this panel with the build quality. And like the rest of these new Gigabyte monitors, the G27FC also flies under the radar in that looks department, and that's something that I really like. I don't like overly gamery monitors, and yeah, that's just me. And at first glance, you probably wouldn't even put something like this in a gaming category at all. It's got a zero bezel design with a fully matte screen surface. The stand is fully height and tilt adjustable, and you don't need rotation adjustment on a curved panel like this. I mean, it would have been nice, but ultimately, not being able to move the monitor like this is not a deal breaker for a curved panel. The G27FC has a little built-in nub-style joystick on the back of the screen for the menu system. It's really easy to use and everything's easy to understand. You don't really need to use that at all because, again, like the other Gigabyte monitors, the G27FC can be controlled in the OSD Sidekick software as well. And now we've covered this to death and we've done this in the G27QC video, and there's no difference here, and you can adjust basically everything here. You can use custom crosshairs, etc, etc, etc. I don't want to repeat myself, so I'll put a link to that video in the description so you can see what that's all about. But honestly, it's exactly the same software-wise. In regards to the adaptive sync, we didn't encounter any issues with this display as well, and using both FreeSync and G-Sync, I was pretty impressed with the implementation here. I'm just happy that we don't have to talk about this anymore. Most of these monitors are working with G-Sync without any problems. There are like a few cases with some monitors we'll get some black screens, but most of the time it's pretty hit and less miss, and that's just something that I can get behind. And also, just to add before you ask, Yes, this monitor is going to work with Xbox One, the Series X, the PS4, the PS4 Pro and PS5. To be very honest, there's not much to dislike about this panel. I feel like Gigabyte's kind of really started embracing what people want over the last few years, and these monitors are pretty well priced. But if I have to nitpick anything, I'm going to say that there's the tiniest a bit of ghosting, but you've really got to be looking for it, otherwise you're not going to notice it. I only noticed it when I was moving windows around really fast and not in any games, so I don't know if that's going to be a big issue to you. To me personally, I don't really care. But as far as the G27FC compared to the QC, the major difference here really is the resolution and HDR support, but the truth is the HDR on the G27 QC is pretty bad, so yeah, the peak brightness just isn't bright enough on that monitor. Ultimately, both of these 27-inch Gigabyte panels are decent options. The thing is, a lot of people that I know and a lot of people that I talk to still game in 1080p. Some people prefer 1080p. Some of them just want a higher refresh rate and they want something slightly bigger. And I think the G27FC is a pretty decent option if that's what you're looking for. Now, if you're interested in grabbing the Gigabyte G27FC, they're going for around $249 US, or around 399 Australian dollars at the time of filming this video. I'll put some links in the description if you want to grab one for yourself. I think you're actually getting a lot of monitor for that price. It's not that expensive for a high refresh rate gaming monitor. The availability is a bit hit and miss, but yeah, I mean, that's the world we're living in. And please wear a mask if you're leaving the house. Anyways, guys, if you've got any questions, drop a comment down below. I also can't believe I have to say this again. This video is not sponsored. If the video is sponsored, which is really, really rare on this channel, we'll definitely let you know. But yeah, we don't really do sponsored content that much. And also wanted to add that we keep these monitor videos nice and easy to digest in this very simple format for people who don't understand everything about monitors. Most people who are buying monitors, they don't know heaps, and it's not our place to like throw numbers down your throat. We like to leave decisions in your hands, and we like to keep it simple because not everyone is an expert, and that's exactly what we're here for. So I'll drop links to all the other Gigabyte monitor content that we've done in the last few weeks or however long it's been, so you can use those monitors as comparison for this one, because I know there's been a lot of people who are comparing the QC and the FC. Yeah, that's basically all I've got to say. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you hated the video, hit the dislike button twice. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peak, we seek. And the monitor, it's pretty decent. The saturation's a little bit too high for my liking, but ultimately, I don't think that's a big deal. You can turn the saturation down if you really want. And also, guys, anywhere you are in the world right now, if you're leaving the house, please wear a mask. Honestly, we just want this whole thing to end. The human malware is beyond a joke now. It's not fake news. Please, please wear a mask if you're leaving the house. Wash your hands, be hygienic, and keep yourself away from everyone else. Thanks for watching.